Hello, everyone. Even today, I would like to talk about neurorights because I consider the subject very, very urgent given the very fast development of neurotechnologies. In order to understand why I am so obsessed by the topic, you should think about the fact that companies like Meta, Microsoft, and others are trying to improve an already existing technology that allows to use your browser directly with the mind, to type directly with your mind, meaning directly with your thoughts. And this is something that we have never experienced, not only as an output, but as an inner condition. Because if a device is able to translate your thoughts into written phrases and sentences, it means that he is first and foremost able to read them. And what we must understand is that the recent association between neurotechnologies and artificial intelligence make it, makes it possible to literally technologically read a lot within the area of ourselves where we develop our thoughts and where we perceive our emotions. So it is very, very critical to convince international and national institutions to approve neurorights, namely human rights specifically designed for the brain sphere. Because this is the point. In the past, we just had uses of neurotechnologies mainly related to medicine and actually uses of neurotechnologies that sorted and sort a lot of serious health problems. But in recent times, the neurotechnologies made a jump beyond the medical field, and many neurodevices started to spread in a more commercial environment. When I say neurodevices, I mean machines, computers that directly connect with the brain. But while in the medical field, this usually happened with implantable brain-computer interfaces. So something which goes directly within your brain. In the commercial field, we have neurodevices that connect with the brain in a non-invasive way. What examples can I make right now to allow you to understand what I'm talking about? A neurodevice, for example, could connect to your brain to tell you if you are reaching the meditative state of consciousness or not. Or you have other neurodevices which are able to check the state of the muscles of the athletes and so are very used in the sport field. Other neurodevices are, for example, the peripherals that connects directly to the brain and allow you to play video games moving your avatar directly by using your thoughts, your will. And we are getting closer and closer to using the neurotechnologies as the main interface to interact with our devices. It is not something that I cannot wait to see, to be honest, because I want us to have rules first, to have black on white, the right to mental privacy recognized, the right to cognitive freedom recognized, and so on. These are neurorights, rights that can protect the privacy of the mental sphere of the human being. Because, as I say every time in my videos or articles on Neurorights, we have never experienced in life, in the human history, I mean, epochs where the area where our thoughts develop were potentially observed. This is what is actually possible nowadays with neurotechnologies and the ability of artificial intelligence to interpret those brain waves that neurotechnologies allow us to see. And why I told you that we are getting closer and closer to the situation in which neurotechnologies will be the main interface with our devices, because Meta, Microsoft, and other similar companies are investing in that direction. And a couple of years ago, they managed to make this system work by writing 40 words, roughly 40 words per minute. But since some years passed from that moment, I guess progress has been made and they are getting closer to the number of 140, 160 words, which is the normal number of words that you pronounce when you are busy in a conversation. Well, we really need to have rules before this happens because if these devices are able to write down our thoughts, it obviously means that they are first and foremost able to read them and to read our emotions and basically to get to the innermost part of ourselves. This is why today I want to give you the idea of what would happen if companies had already in place devices like, for example, the headbuds designed and produced by Emotives. These devices are very similar to the headphones that you use to listen to music and actually can be used also to listen to music. But they are provided with an EEG sensor that connects directly with your brain, allowing the device to put black on white your brain waves, which, as I said, can now be interpreted in a very precise way. So, for example, your boss could look at them and understand that you were feeling attracted by someone in your office. This is just an example, but to allow you to realize even better what would happen if we have this kind of devices in an office and there are no rules protecting your mental privacy. I want to read today a passage from the book of a fantastic scholar, Nita Farahany, who is a law professor at the Duke University and is one of the world's foremost experts in ethics of neuroscience. She has been also within a committee consulted directly by the President of the United States in the past, just to give you the idea of the authority of the scholar that I choose to read a passage from a book. The book is called The Battle for Your Brain, and it is published by St. Martin's Griffin. And as you can see, the subtitle says, Defending the Right to Think Freely in the Age of Neurotechnology. Well, let me get to the passage. So try to imagine what Nita Farahany describes. Obviously, in this book, she shows a great awareness of what will happen if certain neurotechnologies spread while we still don't have our fundamental human rights related to the brain recognized. But she also shows which questions we should ask ourselves, and now that these neurotechnologies are spreading, ethical questions, I mean. So she sees a path forward. I don't always agree with her, but I consider reading this book as a fundamental act to understand what is going on regarding neurotechnologies. So let's get to the reading. You are in the zone. Even you can't believe how productive you've been. Your memo is finished and sent. Your inbox is under control, and you're feeling sharper than you have in a decade. Sensing your joy, your playlist shifts to your favorite song, sending chills up your spine as the music begins to play. You glance at the program running in the background on your computer screen and notice a now familiar sight that appears whenever you're overloaded with pleasure. Your theta brainwave activity decreasing in the right central and right temporal regions of your brain. You mentally move the cursor to the left and scroll through your brain data over the past few hours. You can see your stress levels rising as the deadline to finish your memo approached, causing your beta brainwave activity to peak right before an alert popped up, telling you to take a brain break. But what's that unusual change in your brain activity when you're asleep? It started earlier in the month. You compose a text to your doctor in your mind and send it with a mental swipe of the cursor. Could you take a quick look at my brain data? Anything to worry about? You ask the doctor. Your mind starts to wander to the new colleague on your team, whom you know you shouldn't be daydreaming about, given the company's policy on intra-office romance. But you can't help fantasizing just a little. You let yourself enjoy the moment and wonder if his brain aligns well with yours. Then you start to worry that your boss will notice your amorous feelings when she checks your brain activity and shift your attention back to the present. You breathe a sigh of relief when the email she sends you later that day congratulates you on your brain metrics from the past quarter, which have earned you another performance bonus. You head home, jam into music with your work-issued brain-sensing earbuds still in. When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed every employee's brain wave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now they are looking for his co-conspirators. Your boss tells you they are looking for synchronized readings of brain activity between him and the people he has been working with. While you know you're innocent of any crime, you've been secretly working with him on a new startup venture. Shaking, you remove your earbuds and try to focus without them. You are not sure you remember how. And this is the situation where we actually could find ourselves if we get too used to focus through certain neurotechnologies. We could find ourselves in the situation to uh, having to relearn how to focus without the help of neurotechnologies. But this is the subject that I will discuss in another podcast. Now, I just want to ask you to follow me on my independent blog, The Anti-Inhumanist. The URL is sarakessa.substack.com. I guess you know I am an independent journalist. I am studying and investigating neurotechnologies and neurorights, and in particular, I would say I have always covered human rights, and right now I'm trying to understand how governments are acting in relation to the regulations of neuro rights. Follow me to understand more. I'm gonna make more and more podcasts on this topic. Bye. See you next time.